What's up, everybody? Yashua Solomon's here. Welcome back to channel Y.O.B. Today I'm going to do a review for Godzilla vs. Kong 2021. This is my immediate rating will be 6 out of 10. My explanation is let's start with the good, and then we'll go to the bad. Let me try to think of 5 things that are good. The fight scenes. Godzilla fighting Kong was good. I actually enjoyed the battles. I think the first sea battle was the best one. The city battle was kind of, it just felt like it wasn't that amazing to me. It's kind of CGI-ish, boring. So a second good thing would be, they use Godzilla's theme song, which I've always wanted them to do. I mean, they've done it in the King of Monsters, but, I think they should always do that. Third, I think it's not a lot good in this movie. The Hollow Earth thing. I actually like the Hollow Earth elements. Like, it was visually interesting and tripped out. That was like the most visually tripped out part, and just Kong, exploring by himself was really cool. I like the shot of him running through the field, and it kind of looked like a different planet. That was really tripped out, and it could, in a better movie, that would have been, I think he could have done a lot with that. It should have been Godzilla versus Kong and the Hollow Earth. I never really thought of that concept. So that was pretty interesting. Fourth would be, what's the fourth? CGI in certain parts was pretty good, I guess. I remember thinking to myself that CGI was pretty good in some parts. Fifth thing, I'm trying to think of my favorite actor in this. Who stood out? Who's the best out of all of them? I think it's hard to tell because the script is so awful. I'd say my favorite performance would be the one guy that was with the girl and the little deaf girl and the scientist woman, the blonde guy. I think his performance was the best in it. He did the best with what he was given, which was absolutely nothing. And shockingly, I was like, damn, you're doing pretty good you're doing the best you can with what you got. But 5 bad things. Okay. The script is fucking awful. The script entirely is just exposition. It's just the whole story. The writing in this whole movie is just awful. It's lazy. It's rushed. It's forced humor throughout the whole goddamn thing. That's just annoying. The one guy that was in what is it? The show with Childish Gambino, Atlanta, Paperboy. I forget the actor's name. He's fucking awful in this movie. He's the worst actor in this goddamn movie. I don't know if it was him or it's the director telling him to act like this, but all he did was make jokes, and every line he said was a joke. And it's just like, even when he talked about his dead wife, I was finally, okay, there's finally some emotional resonance here that we could build off. Nope. They turn that into a joke with the flask thing, like, I'll drink this if everything's gonna go to shit. And third, it's not serious. I'm on top of, continuing the silliness. Like, everything is silly. Everything has to be over the top. Everything has to be ridiculous. I think I'm gonna have more than 5 bad things. Everything's over top. Everything's silly. The fourth thing, Millie Bobby Brown and the other Australian kid, don't have to be in this movie at all. There's no reason for them to be in this movie. It's actually, every time they were on screen, it was annoying. Because it's like, dude, what are we doing? What is this? Are you trying to make this Stranger Things? Like, is that why you have Millie Bobby Brown in here? There's no reason to have her in this show, or this movie. At all. We already have a child, the one child. That's actually a better actress than everybody in it. I forgot. The best, it's not the blonde guy. I'll actually take that back for the 5 good things. It's not the blonde guy. It's the little girl, the little Asian Oriental girl, you know, that is deaf, that speaks to Kong. She was the best performer in this entire film because she was the most reserved actress, you know, out of everybody, which is completely sad. You know, she was the most reserved out of everybody. You know, so back to the bad things. Yeah, everything was just silly, and then this the villain's daughter, the Spanish girl. I hated that character so much. It's just, even in the trailer, I'm like, what is this? Is she here just for sex appeal, for the meathead audience that can't digest things unless it's tits and involved in it? You know, it's just like, even her outfit, like, you're in this serious situation next to a gigantic gorilla. Would you wear something a little bit more reserved, look like more conservative? You know, a little bit more less revealing. You're not going to a fashion shoot. You know, you're dealing with like godlike creatures. Like, I don't think your fashion statement would be the thing you'd be worried about. You know. And it's the actress that they got. It's just, who is it? Like, why? And then it kept, the movie kept taking shots of her face. Like, kept looking at her like she was an important character. And listening to her, like, she has no importance at all. She's a new character that we don't know about, and that we don't care about. You know, so we're just wasting more time on people that don't matter. And not even good actors, not even, like, this actress is not even, I've never seen her in anything else except this. So it just feels like, oh, she looks sexy. Okay, put her in there. So that's we got that. It's just like a checklist. It's literally, they went that, and that's the thing. It's like the fifth thing. This movie feels like a checklist. It doesn't feel like something that was done with care. It doesn't feel like something that was done with love. It doesn't feel like something that was done knowing the history of Godzilla. You know, it feels like something that was just like, oh, this IP, a lot of people know Godzilla and King Kong. We can make money off this IP and a title. They didn't really see it as, oh, this is a great brand. I'm passionate about this. I really actually I've always wanted to make a movie about Godzilla. No, it was literally, we have this IP, we need to make movies to make money, and that's it. You know, we have the sexy girl, check. We have the kids for the children audience to relate to, check. We have the goofy ass black guy, so that he's the comedy relief, check. You know, we have the over the top CGI battles, check. You know. And then 6, I'm offended by this movie too, because it's like, I'm sick and tired of how they have black actors and characters in movies be like the buffoon. You know, like, every other character in this movie was kind of serious, and then the one black conspiracy guy is like the clown. You know, like, and it just gets under my skin. It's like, why are we still doing this to black actors today? You know, like, why, like, he goes inside the place, and like, this big thing, he's yelling, wow! Whoa, that's crazy. Oh, any way for him to sound like an ape, right? Any way for him to look like a gorilla, right? Him eating apple, food falling, apple pieces. You see his mouth open while he's eating apple, and apple pieces dropping out of his mouth. You know, it's just like, whoever directed this, you're not clever, bro. Whoever directed Godzilla vs. Kong, you're not clever with your racism. You know, like, if you're gonna do racism, try a little harder next time. You know, maybe if you were worried about racism, trying to be slick and do that, you would probably be making a better Godzilla vs. Kong movie. And then, 7th, what else? The 7th bad thing. The movie's just lame. It's just, it was underwhelming. There's no build up to these characters. You know, I don't really like how Kong is treated, or Godzilla is treated in this movie. They're both like just CGI characters, in my opinion. And it's just like, dude, these are iconic monsters. Like, you should treat them like they're important. Like, even the posters. Another thing, 8th problem. The trailers were trash. The poster to this, the Godzilla vs. Kong movies, all of them were horrible. It was just, everything was underwhelming. Everything was just like, and that's what, and that's all for all the bad. my final summary for this movie is they should stop making American Godzilla movies. This is a Japanese IP. The Japanese know how to make Godzilla perfectly. They understand what Godzilla. Watch, and I recommend you guys go out and see Shin Godzilla. That movie got an award in Japan. Won an award in Japan, and it deserved to win an award because it pays homage entirely to the original Godzilla films. And that director entirely knows what Godzilla is, and it's done seriously. It's done realistically. The only gripe I have with the movie is just the design of Godzilla. He's a little too hideous looking, and I'm like, I kind of like him looking a little likable, just a tad bit likable, because he's such a iconic monster. I don't really like how they made him look in that movie. He looks kind of just gross, and his eyes are a little weird looking. I didn't really like the design. I understand they're really trying to make it look like the first Godzilla, where it was more of just a monster. But yeah, this movie's definite. I said at first 6 out of 10, but going over everything and adding on top of the racism that was in it to 4 out of 10. I don't even really recommend you go see this in theaters, because it's just like, okay, it's insulting to our intelligence. It's like, you could do a smart Godzilla versus Kong movie, because it's Godzilla and Kong. It doesn't have to be dumb. And there's elements about this movie that's not dumb, like Hollow Earth theory and all that. It's not dumb stuff, like how the zero gravity or anti-gravity or whatever they're doing. That thing was cool. There's things about it that were cool. But then it's sprinkled awesome. It's like sprinkles of awesome stuff throughout this. And 90% of the movie is just horrible. It's lazy, mediocre, rushed, no thought put into it. Shouldn't have been made, in my opinion. And to end it, no more Godzilla movies from America. And I'm not watching no more Godzilla movies from America. I'm not paying them no more for this. This is lazy. Godzilla vs. Kong should have been a pop culture event. It should have been like the biggest cinematic event in America right now. In the world right now. Everyone should have been excited to see it. It should have been like people going over and over again to see the movie. I seen it once at home on HBO Max. I'm never watching this movie again. I honestly think this is kind of the same, as bad as King of the Monsters. They're both like the same movie. And it's pretty much, they're both King of the Monsters Part 1, Godzilla vs. Kong Part 2. They're the same movie. They have the same flow, the same kind of stupid jokes all throughout. Yeah, and Mechagodzilla look like trash. I'm sorry, that's one bonus bad thing. Mechagodzilla look like trash. Peace, guys.